Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with another episode of Finish Up Friday. I have a lot of unfinished projects, or quite a few, not lots. We're not talking like, I don't know, 100. And a lot of them are ephemera pieces. So we're going to do another piece of ephemera. We're going to finish 2 pieces off that I have in my to-do basket. This idea, I believe, came from Camilla Craft Designs. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I will link the video down below because give credit where credit is due. So please do go check out that video because I'm not doing a tutorial on how to make these pieces. We're just finishing them. So firstly, I have one that's got a nature themed and another one that's going to be autumnal. So we'll do the nature one first, only because that's almost complete. Well, so what they are is they're these little booklets. They're made out of, I believe, a double page in a book. So you're using both pages up. And then you make these pockets. It's ever so clever. So you've got top loading pockets here. And then there's double pockets here. You can see this is out of a vintage herbal book. And then, plant book rather. Then there's a mini journal in the middle. And this literally is, I think it's 4 pages I put in there. I can't remember if she put a journal in hers. I can't remember that. But I know when I saw it, I thought, oh, it'd be great to put like a little journal pad in there. So, I decided that I wanted to make this, you know, more of a herbal one. So I've got this digital that again was just in my box. I'm not even sure where that's from. I'm just trying to use things up. I've got some fabric, plain fabric here, because I do want to just use a bit of fabric on that. I like the feel of it. So I'm going to do that on there. It's even got some weird letter on the back. I was obviously doing something. I think actually it was when my daughter got engaged. She didn't know she was getting engaged, but her partner had told us and we were planning all these things. And I actually designed a t-shirt and put some letters on that said I'm engaged or something, or I just got engaged. And I was trying out the letters on this piece of fabric, I think. Gosh. I do want to use one of these punches, but I want to distress a little bit. This is already distressed with probably walnut stain because I like that, or brushed corduroy. I do also use vintage photo. I have used that a lot. But I think, do you know what? I think I started, the first one I ever brought was brushed corduroy. And I'm talking about years ago. I'm talking probably, I don't know, 8 years ago or whatever, something like that. Maybe not that long ago, but possibly. It was the first ink pad I ever brought that was a Tim Holtz one, a Rangers one. And I used that for years and years and years and years. And then when I was using that when I was making pocket letters and cards and things. And then when I got into journal making, suddenly everyone was using vintage photo. And I don't know, I just kind of went along and thought, oh, I'll buy some vintage photo and use some vintage photo. But it's always been a bit light. And so I prefer brushed corduroy, but I need to re-ink that pad, and I like walnut stain, so that's going to go on there. So I'm going to stitch around this because I like that effect, but obviously you could just glue it. Okay, so that is all stitched around now, and I do think I'm going to put an eyelet just in there because it means I can hang a charm off the front of this journal if I wanted to. That's also gone through the fabric. Okay, let's redo that. There we go. That's it. That's better. Let's have a look. There's a lot of yellow in this, so I'm thinking of trying to pick up more of this colour or a darker colour. That might work quite nicely, actually. Will it? No. I don't know. Let's go for a purpler. yeah, that'll pick up the purple on there. So that's that. Let's do that before I then stick this down on here. And also before I stick it down, I want to put some of this, I think this is bias binding that I had. And I want to put it underneath and around so that we can tie it closed. Then if I get some of my fabric, my fabric glue. And when I'm gluing something like this on that's been stitched, I like to make sure I glue where the stitching is, as well as obviously in the middle, just so that it keeps that stitching really nice and stuck down. Now, I need this to be as flat as possible, which is a bit of an issue. Right, that's better. Okay, let's try and stick this on there. Okay, let's move that now. Stick that on there. I probably do want a sentiment actually as well. Let's open this up and really press from the other side, which is what I like to do when I glue things. I like to press from both sides. I'm not going to glue this down because what I'm thinking is it could actually be, well, it could be a pocket on a page that you could glue over the edge, because you could stick all of this and it would open in your journal. Or it could be that I put some tea-dyed paper on the back of there. So I don't want this piece stuck down. So that's now on there. These pockets are all stuck, the journal bit's already in there. So what I want to do is I want to start putting some decoration, basically. So I have, these are from Release the Crafting Digital. And I have printed them out on transparency. And what one do I want? I think I want Lemon Balm. We're just going to use Lemon Balm because it's the one right at the top. Yeah, I've cut them out on printed them out on transparency, which I really like because this is beautiful, this page. Oh, and by the way, I'm not filling these pockets with things because I just basically need the ephemera finished, and then when I'm making a journal, it will go in the journal with the tags and bits that would work with that journal. I can't remember if transparency actually, I can use my corner rounder on. Yes, I can, which is great. And because these are on transparency, normally I would cut out the memory deck because these are obviously based on memory decks, but I would cut these out normally. But as it's on transparency, it doesn't bother me because it looks like they're cut out already. Now my glue works with this and only leaves a very faint line sometimes. So I am going to just use my glue on the edge. Oh, too much, too much, too much. I really need to fix this glue. It's causing me a lot of problems. It's because I cut it dodgily. Okay. So I know you can see the glue at the moment, but it does dry almost clear, which is what I want. And that's going to go down. So because it's transparent, I can still see those beautiful flowers underneath, which I want to. I want to be able to see those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flowers underneath. But also it gives us an extra pocket to put something in. So that is that. Now this one's plain as is here, but we'll have something in there, so I don't really need, I mean, I could, if I wanted to, kind of do a die cut up the side like that, or even another one. But we're going to be putting something in there anyway, so I don't know if I need that. I'm looking because I know I had something else. Maybe it was for the other one. Okay, so I've got this stamped image, and I thought that would work really nicely there. And then this is from a vintage gardening book, and it brings in, well, we could bring in the purple really, couldn't we? We've got some purple on the front and lots of yellow and some purple there. So let's bring in the purple. I was going to bring in the yellow, but let's bring in, let's cut that white off just for a little bit of backing. Let's see roughly where that needs to go. And then a little bit more along here. Like so, which is really cute. Let's ink around that. So that will go on like so, with the flower stamped image. And then I could possibly use, that's too big, I could possibly use, yes, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just trim that, it doesn't need to be that long. So let's glue that page down first, and then literally this will be ready to be filled with ephemera for a journal that I'm making, or if I decide to send it out in some happy mail or something, it will be ready. It just makes me laugh because this actually says provides a background, which is exactly what this piece of paper is doing. I know it's just me and my weird sense of humour, but I see things like that and it goes, oh, that makes me chuckle. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then this one, like I said, will be ready to be filled when I need it. Because I don't know what kind of ephemera I want to put in there, but it would be great to put playing cards, tags, journal cards, die cuts, pieces of ephemera in there. Like all of that would be really, really great to just put in these pockets, but I'm not filling them. I just want them complete so they can go in. And I know to some people complete means that you fill it as well, but that's not necessarily what I need. So now I've got glue all over this. I've got to get rid of this glue, but I've brought it and I don't want to get rid of it because I don't want to waste glue. But there's now glue all over that. So I need to find my wet wipes, really. Right, hold on, I need some wet wipes. Okay, I can't find my wet wipes. So, I mean, it's drying anyway, but I'm going to try and use this cloth and just get some of it off. Okay, that will do. How annoying. Okay, now I've got my Tim Holtz rub-ons because I love them. And I'm thinking of putting like the word collect or something along there, or collector up the side. Collect. Let's see what I think of that. Yeah, I like that. We're going to put that and then probably a number above it because Again, if you've been here any length of time, you will know I love a number. Oh, let's just do this. Collect. And then let's find a number. This one's already coming off, so let's just use it. Where do I want that? Maybe up the side here? I think so. Yeah. Okay, up there. Like so. So that's that bit done. So we have our pocket there. This bit, we put some tea dye in the back. And now I'm just looking to see if I want Beautiful Day, Collector of Memories, Noteworthy. What one do I want? I think I really like Beautiful Day. So I'm actually going to put this, first of all, I'm going to ink around it. And then I'm thinking I might actually put it on a little bit of fabric to tie that all in. So it would go there, which means I need it about here. And then we can glue this on, fray those edges. Where is, here we go, some fabric glue, so this really sticks to the fabric. Get those edges like so. Okay, let's trim this and then fray those edges too. Want them frayed. Okay, and then that would go really lovely down there, and then this one will be finished. I'm not adding a charm because again I don't know what kind of journal it's going into, so I don't want to add a charm just yet. I mean, it's probably going into a nature one, so I could add like a butterfly or something, but moved everything. Okay, so there we go, that's that one, and it will tie up, which I'll do in a minute. So we can add a charm here. For those of you who likes measurements, my ones are 5 by sort of 3 3/4 inches. And then, like I said, we can put some tea dye on the back if I wanted. Pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, pocket here. So 4 pockets just on that side, little notepad, and 3 pockets on that side. And then it ties up. This one's a bit long, but that's okay because it'll still look cute. Oh, look at that. So that's that one finished. Now, the next one actually needs a lot more work, guys. Needs a lot more work. So, because it's basically just the basic one. So I made this one out of music paper, and we are going to make it an autumnal themed one. So yeah, I've made it out of vintage music paper. It is upside down. I'm not too bothered because a lot of this is going to be covered anyway. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use some walnut stain, go around the edge of the music paper. So I hope you guys are crafting along with me. Again, this is a finish up one, so it might give you some ideas of how to finish up some ephemera pieces, or you can just be crafting along beside me, finishing up your pieces. As I said, they're not tutorials, so I'm not making these pieces on camera. Go to the video below to the person who I watched to make these pieces. Okay, so that's like that. Now, because this is vintage music paper, you can already see that it's ripping. Can you see that? So what I am going to do is I am going to use, I haven't actually cut the thumb hole out of that either. So let's do that. You will see actually, if I open this up, you will see that it's just a piece of paper from, you know, a double page in a book. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then let's ink those as well. Where'd the ink go? So they stand out. But because this music paper is so fragile, firstly, I'm going to just use some washi all the way down. So I've just pulled out some washi that would go with a sort of autumnal theme. And I'm going to use my prick stick on this, my glue stick, to just make sure that this really sticks. And really rub that, press that down so that it's all sticking like so. Put the lid on there. And then I'm also going to do one on the inside as well, just to really strengthen it. Now, the problem with that is I like to use my sewing machine to thread through the pad that's going to go inside this, and it may not like 2 layers of washi and the glue. But you can, of course, use what's it called? You can, excuse me for stretching, you can, of course, use like a journal, a pamphlet stitch, basically, to stitch yours through as well. And I'm also going to close that up because now it is particularly chunky and I need to really burnish down that edge. Okay, so that now strengthens that, which also means I can now glue these edges down, which I am going to do. So firstly, let's glue this down. Like, this really is an unfinished one. It was basically just folded into the positions it needed to go into. And down this edge. And I know I'm doing this quickly, guys, but as I said, this is not a tutorial. This is a finish up project. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in the mood at the moment. It may wear off. I'm just in the mood to really do a proper clean and reorganization and you know, look through my craft bits and pieces and to just get it sorted, because there's things I'm not using specifically because I don't know I have them. Now, on this one, I'm going to use one of my own photographs. So these are some of my autumnal photographs. I am working on making things like this into a digital so that you guys can, you know, download them. And we're going to use this one. I really love this one. So I'm going to tear it out. I know it's not autumn, but I want a variety. I don't want to make all the same style in these pieces that I'm finishing, because I want a variety in my ephemera box. so that when it comes to making journals, I have a selection. Now this is obviously too big, so I think about there. Like so. I think I'm going to have to trim down the edge just a little bit too, especially as I think I want to put some fabric behind this one as well. Like so, and then let's just even it up a little bit, or as even as I can get, not using a paper trimmer. Obviously isn't that even at all. Okay, that's not even. It's going to bother me. So, or will it bother me? Let's have a look. No, it's not going to bother me as much as possibly it would do. I need to think, and I think now I'm thinking about it, it will bother me. Oh, I'm trying to be a lot less of a perfectionist with things like this, but there we go. We are who we are, aren't we? And it's still not straight because I'm just trimming it at not a straight edge. Right. So I'm just cutting it down. Good job this is one of my photos I can just print out, isn't it? Because if I'd run out there, so I was just moving some stuff. If I'd run out of the photo, then yeah, just ink around this. And I'm going to do the same thing as on the other one. I've got some eco-dyed fabric here. And I'm thinking, because it's a slightly darker fabric, I'm going to use the side without any of the leaves on, because what is the point of putting those leaves behind this picture? You know, it's got a little bit of marking on, but nothing that I would be worried about hiding behind the photograph. I don't want to fray these edges. So yeah, but I also want another tab because I like the way that looks. I need to find one that I think will work. I mean, that will work. That's quite good. I've got a brown one. I feel like that's maybe too dark. Oh, we got this nice one. I think that's the one. That's the one. So I'm going to glue that on here. And then punch a hole in it, just like the other one. If I do that actually before I get it on the fabric this time, it'll be easier. Okay. And then let's get one of these and let's choose a dark brown. I mean, we could choose a gold, couldn't we? But I think the dark brown stands out nicely on that paper. And then I'm going to sew it on here. Just going to do that in the middle. So it just sticks a little bit on the fabric. And just sew it around there. Just make sure that'll fit. Yes, I'm going to sew it around there and then I'll be back. Okay, so that is stitched around. I wish I'd had a brown thread in my sewing machine, but I didn't. So it is what it is. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to use the thread that was in there. So again, just glue all the edges. And then the next thing we're going to do is actually make the journal pad to go inside and then do the decoration. So that's going to go on there. I mean, it covers up most of that music paper. So again, it really did not matter that the music paper was upside down. Thinking about it, I normally, if I've got something like this, like to Mod Podge over it or use whatever varnish you guys use, because I just like to make sure that it's kind of protected. But it's, and you know what I forgot to do, guys? Take this off. I forgot to get a piece of string. Okay, so I have this kind of shimmery orange one. I also had this deep green one, but I don't, I mean, I do love the way it looks. But I think the orange one is more autumnal. I'm trying to think. Yeah, let's just use this, guys. And now I need to stick this back down. Add the glue again. How silly. Dear me. Were you shouting at the camera, were you? You were like, Belle, you forgot to put the ribbon. Stop what you're doing immediately. Good job if you were, guys, because I must have heard you. Okay. Press that down again, open it up, really press from this edge. Sorry if that's knocking the camera. This ribbon's a lot shorter, so it's not going to be as much of a bow. That's okay, we can live with that. All right then, so as I said, in the other one I've used about 4 sheets. So I have some of these scraps. And the first thing we need to do is work out. So I have this little lined one that's already from a pad, and I think this would be a perfect size. Oh yes, nearly absolutely the same size, which is brilliant. So I'm just going to draw a line. Say about there. And then I'm going to trim that, and that will be my guide for all the other pieces. I'll do a bit smaller. So for all the other pieces, so we have some of this as well. So let's just put this like this. Work out roughly where to fold it. Right, that should be about right-ish. Let's get rid of this side. And I want to keep some of that fun bottom because I like the way it looks. And then let's rip this. This might actually be too big. But that's okay. So that's that. Got this nice blue. Again, I'm just trying to measure up roughly where these are. Doesn't all have to match. We can actually fold that in, that one. I didn't do that in the last journal, but why not? Okay. So that's that, and then we only need one more, so I'm not going to use that one. I'm just going to use this, just some tea dyed paper, That's roughly it. Okay, again, let's rip that. And then we can rip down this too. Okay, so let's try and put these together. I like this one. Let's try and put these together. And that fun one in the middle. That is definitely too big. So I'm just going to tear it because that's okay. And then that can go in there, in the middle. Okay, brilliant. Now, let's put that, let's really press that down. Where is my bone folder, guys? Tell you the chaos that comes with creating. Let's see if it fits inside now. Ah, that just fits inside lovely. Now, like I said, I am going to use a straight stitch and stitch all the way through that. So I'm just going to get something and clip it together. You could use a pamphlet stitch. You could try and glue it, I suppose, or staple it. You could staple through there if you've got a long enough staple. I'm going to go stitch, so I will do that. Okay, word of warning. If you're going to stitch it in, don't do what I just did and stitch the ribbon to the piece of thing, because then I have to remove the ribbon, which I've done. There's a little bit of orange still there. But yeah, my sewing machine did not really overtly like the washi and everything. It wasn't keen on it, let's put it that way, but did it. It's done. So we have our journal pad in there now, which is fun. That's over slightly on that bit, so I am going to just tear that. There we go. And obviously you can go around the edges with ink and everything like that. I'm not doing that. I cannot believe that. That's okay, because we'll just have to attach it all a different way. Can use a paper clip or something. So we've got our little journal pad inside. So now we're going to decorate. I'm going to decorate. I have these bits. So this again is a paper from Release the Crafting from, I believe they're Dark Academic or Autumn Academic kits. A beautiful kit. So I am going to use that on those corners because it's just so beautiful. It gives me those autumn vibes. Honestly, guys. I mean, I can just tie a ribbon around it, but you know, mistakes are made. It's okay. We're not I'm just going to trim that. That's going to irritate me. I know there's a way of getting it, guys, where you rip it from the other side, but I don't like doing that either. So let's have a look. I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to see where that edge is and just kind of fold it along there. Just kind of fold it. And then rip that. And this is going to go here. So I need to also just rip that bit. I will leave the link to this kit down below if you're interested. Again, it was just something I had in my stash. I'm halfway through a journal of it. It's another unfinished project, guys. So I wanted to use some of the pieces because it's just so beautiful. Okay, so that one is going to go there. And then the other one is going to go on the other side. So same thing, I'm leaving a tiny bit of a border, looking as to where that edge is, and I'm just kind of folding along the edge like so. I'm going to rip that. It would also have been great if I'd put one of my own dried leaves on here in some acetate. So yeah, I could have done that as well. But, you know, using the photo. It's nice to use my own photos in things. And it works so well with this kit. Okay, let's glue these, excuse me for stretching, down. I've got to make sure I'm gluing the right way. Oh, I can't believe I stitched that piece onto the back. Oh well, it is what it is. Because of the type of fabric it was, because it was such a sheer kind of organza, there was no way I could fix it in a way I would have been happy with. So it's just easier to cut it off. Now I could have put that on as another pocket, to be honest, but I didn't, so it's fine. But yes, that could have been another pocket. Put that. And get this one. I just love that. Just love it. Love how there's two slightly different colours as well, because you've got all the colours of autumn. Okay, that is that. So I have some bits and bobs that I might want to use. Trying to see if I've got everything. Also had these cute labels from that kit as well. But I thought this butterfly would work quite well. Like on there, I thought that would look quite nice and would add a pocket. So I think I'm going to do that on there. This is a vintage tea card. High brown fritillary, this one is. Obviously I've chosen it for the beautiful colours. So that will make a great pocket on there. Also have some of these vellum stickers. I was wondering about maybe putting one up. Like, I don't know. It's a bit yellow, that one. See, I think that looks quite nice, possibly. Try to see if there's any more kind of more browny ones. Oh, that's beautiful. I think that would look really nice just popping out of there. What do we think? Yes, I think so. Where did my scissors go to? Honestly, because I think I want to trim just a little bit of that leaf off just there. And then I'm going to put that underneath. Easier with my tweezers. Right. Ah, yes. I just really, really love that. That's really cute. Okay, let's go through to this side. So I have all sorts of things. I have these leaves, but that would cover up so much of that. I do have more vintage book page, actually. I think that one quite goes, actually. I'm wondering about another flower. I also have, well, I did have a bird. Might be quite nice to have a bird on there. On the bird stamps. And I have the Tim Holtz stamps that are the leaf. Oh, now I'm looking at that. I want that. Because, yeah, I do. Again, I know I'm covering up quite a lot of the beautiful book page, digital kit, but that's okay. It's mainly the colours and things that I want. See, I just think that looks beautiful on there. I'm wondering if there is another kind of darker one that out of these vellum flowers. Oh yes, that would work perfectly, wouldn't it, guys? Do we actually want it on the front cover over the photograph? No, I don't want anything on the photograph. Okay, let's do this as well. So that it can go under. I know it's bringing it up, but there we go. Can go under like that. They all need to go back in their bag. This needs to go on here. I did have, where are they? Some teeny tiny just stamps. Just normal postage stamps. Also need to do that. I can't find them. That's irritating because I was thinking of putting some stamps on here. Okay, right, well, I can't find those, so we're not putting them on. We may just put that on there. That might be just enough. Right, let's glue this down. Oh, I know what I've got that I can put on things. Oh, I'm loving this one. I also really love these diagram stamps that Tim Holtz does. I really do. Okay. So I'm wondering if I have something in here that would work. Like I have numbers printed out. I think that's quite cute. Also, just seeing this as well, just wondering that with that over it maybe. Let's have a look at what I think. Yes, I like that. So let's get that glued as well. And then we just need to put, excuse me, I think I need some water. We just need to put some, a word on the front cover. Oh, I do love this one actually. Okay. So that's the inside, and we've got our 3 pockets and all our pages, like so. Another pocket there. I feel like that needs something as well. And then this is the front cover, and we've got these words again by Release the Crafting. Nature Heals. Wise Old Tree. Earth and Memories. I like that one. So I'm just going to cut these out. Where did I see Earth and Memories? Here. Okay, let's trim this and this. And then I'm going to rip that, trim here, rip that. That's too much, so we could have earthen memories, or this side, or we could just have the word memories. I feel like I like it saying earthen memories. Ugh, stop playing around, Belle, just get it on there. Yeah, okay. And I'm not going to put fabric under this one. Just going to ink it up really, really well. And glue that down. And I'm actually going to have it come up and kind of like, well, I was going to. No, I've already glued too much. It's fine as it is. Just got to change your mind on the go. Doo-doo. Earthen memories. Yeah, I like that a lot. I want it up a bit because I want to see the top of that leaf. Do I want another word or something on the inside? Have a look. Or even a label. I do like labels. And we haven't got a label yet on any of these. So I could, if I got a long, thin label. I've got this one actually. This might work. On there. Ink around it. Just doesn't feel right without a label somewhere. It's not dark enough. That's too big. Ugh, this is annoying me now. Want one to the side. Got this little one. That could work. Sometimes I like them just to the side like that. Let's do that. So it would be to the side like that. Yeah. Okay, let's get this glued down. Like so. Okay, that's better. I like that. All right then, let's move all these out of the way and then we can see the two pieces. Oh my gosh, my table needs so much clearing. And we can see the two pieces. And I'm thinking like a little Tim Holtz clip would work on there or something. But here's our two pieces that we've done today, Finish Up Friday. So we've got this lovely nature one that opens up and has its ribbon that wasn't sewed together. Got our pocket there, which you can see is drying, and a little decoration. I'm wondering now if we want a vellum flower behind there. Oh, that goes nicely, doesn't it? There is a lot more yellow on here, so I could find a more yellow one. Let's have a look. I've got this one. No, I don't like that. Do you know what? I quite like the pink one that we had first. Something like that. Or something like this. Let's have a look. I'm playing too much. I'm thinking, overthinking it too much. Let's just put this one on there. That's the one I went with. And then, yeah, we've got our decoration. And then the back can be either... Right. Let's cut that off because we don't need it. need just this bit sticking out. Okay, and the back can be either written on or something. So we got that one, and then we have this beautiful autumnal one, which I'm going to say is my favourite because it just is. And again, I can put some tea-dyed paper on the back of that, and it can be written in. So there we go, guys. It was a bit all over the place today, but 2 more projects finished, which I'm really, really happy with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, now I find the stamps. These are the stamps I was on about. I actually had some postal stamps. Now I find those. 2 more projects done, some more still to do. So there will be plenty more follow-up Finish Up Fridays. And again, please do check the description below where I will have the link to the person who made these. I'm pretty sure it is Camilla Craft Designs, but I will have the video anyway down below. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you are having lots of crafty fun and possibly finishing up some unfinished projects. Bye for now, guys.